Imagine you are flying over the Earth. In one moment, you are gliding over a high, jagged cliffside of solid rock. In the next, the ground dives down, opening up into an endless, flat, green valley. If you had to settle down and build a massive farming empire, which of these two landscapes would you choose? Or what if you were looking for the raw metals needed to build smartphones and computers? Looking across the Colorado Plateau, the ground doesn't roll or dip. It stays perfectly level for miles, sitting high above everything else like a massive table held up by steep vertical walls. This is what geographers call a plateau. Now, look at this view of the Ganga Plains in India. This is a plain, a large, flat area that sits low to the ground, usually within 300 meters of the sea. You won't find any steep cliffs or deep valleys here. You can think of these two landforms as Earth's two distinct tables. Plateaus act like heavy treasure chests packed with minerals and stone, while plains act as our breadbaskets, providing the rich soil we need to grow our food. These landscapes are built by internal, lifting forces deep inside the Earth. Sometimes massive tectonic plates squeeze together and push a huge block of land straight up. Other times, giant volcanic eruptions pour out thick layers of lava that cool into a high, flat surface. Plains are shaped by external, smoothing forces. Over millions of years, rain falls on high places, forming rivers. These rivers slowly carve away the rock, carrying tiny pieces of sand and dirt downstream to settle in the lowlands. Through lifting from the inside and smoothing from the outside, the Earth has built two very different types of flatlands. Each one offers a unique set of gifts that human civilization relies on every single day. Let's look closer at plateaus. Because they were formed by deep geological uplift or volcanic eruptions, valuable minerals that usually sit miles underground are pushed right up towards the surface, turning these regions into storehouses of mineral wealth. Because these materials are within our reach, plateaus become global hubs for mining. We extract massive amounts of iron, coal, gold, and diamonds from these elevated rocky tables. But rocks aren't the only resource hidden here. Plateaus also give us hydropower. When rivers flow across the flat top of a plateau, they eventually reach those steep, sharp edges. The result is a massive waterfall. By placing turbines at the bottom of these shear drops, humans harness the intense moving energy of the falling water to generate clean electricity for millions of homes. There is a catch, though. Our heavy reliance on these resources leads to highly destructive, unregulated mining. Operations cut deep, permanent terraces into the stone, physically scarring the land. Beyond the visible scars, there are vast invisible impacts. Clearing the land causes severe deforestation and habitat loss. The mining process also releases toxic chemicals, which can contaminate the rainwater that eventually flows off the plateau and into the valleys below. Plateaus hold immense underground wealth and moving energy. However, hastily emptying this treasure chest leaves toxic, lasting wounds on the surrounding environment. Now, let's follow that river down into the lowlands. As the fast water from the mountains hits the flat ground, it slows down and drops the heavy load of minerals it's been carrying, a nutrient-rich blanket of the finest silt and clay, known as alluvium. Layer after layer of this river-delivered soil creates the most fertile ground on Earth, making plains the world's primary breadbaskets. You can see exactly how vital this is in this image of the Nile River Valley. The world's first great civilizations and our densest populations today sprouted directly alongside these flat green river valleys where crops could thrive. Today, humans amplify this natural fertility. By digging complex networks of irrigation canals and using pumps to pull water up from underground, we turn these flatlands into highly efficient farms that feed billions of people. The flat terrain offers another huge benefit. Without steep hills or rocky cliffs in the way, laying down roads, building railways, and navigating rivers via boats is incredibly cheap and easy, creating bustling hubs of trade. But living on low, flat land right next to a river has a major downside. When heavy seasonal rains arrive or highland snow melts quickly, plains are highly vulnerable to sudden, destructive flash floods. There is also a modern invisible threat hidden below the farms. We are currently pumping groundwater out of the earth for agriculture much faster than the rain can naturally refill it, putting future food supplies at risk. Plains are the essential engines of human survival, providing the food and the physical space we need to grow. Yet they remain dangerously vulnerable to the very same water systems that built them. Let's review. Plateaus, built by internal lifting forces, provide crucial minerals and hydropower, but face threats from mining pollution. Plains, built by rivers, provide vast spaces for agriculture and cities, but face threats from flooding and water scarcity. Now that we understand how deeply our actions impact these landforms, the question is, how do we fix our mistakes? For our plateaus, the solutions start with enforcing responsible mining practices. We have to actively clean toxic runoff before it leaves the site and commit to replanting forests on land that has been scarred by heavy machinery. For our plains, we can adopt water-saving methods like drip irrigation to protect our groundwater. We can prevent harsh farm chemicals from washing into the rivers, and we can build our cities to respect and accommodate natural flood zones. These high tables and low valleys took millions of years to build, and they provide the raw materials for everything we make and eat. With thoughtful stewardship, they will support us for millions more.